pawn d2, d4. Knight g8, f6. Pawn c2, c4. Pawn e7, e6. Pawn g2, g3. Pawn d7, d5. Bishop f1, g2. Bishop f8, e7. Knight g1, f3. Castles kingside. Queen d1, c2. Pawn c7, c5. Castles kingside. Pawn c5 takes pawn d4. Knight f3 takes pawn d4. Knight b8, c6. Knight d4 takes knight c6. Pawn b7 takes knight c6. Rook f1, d1. Bishop c8, a6. Pawn b2, b3. Queen d8, b6. Knight b1, d2. Rook f8, d8. Bishop c1, b2. Rook a8, c8. Rook a1, c1. Pawn h7, h6. Pawn e2, e3. Pawn c6, c5. Pawn c4 takes pawn d5. Pawn e6 takes pawn d5. Knight d2, f3. Pawn d5, d4. Queen c2, d2. Knight f6, e4. Queen d2, e1. Pawn d4, d3. Knight f3, d2. Knight e4 takes knight d2. Queen e1 takes knight d2. Pawn c5, c4. Pawn b3 takes pawn c4. Bishop e7, b4. Bishop b2, c3. Rook c8 takes pawn c4. Bishop c3 takes bishop b4. Queen b6 takes bishop b4. Queen d2 takes queen b4. Rook c4 takes queen b4. Rook d1, d2. Rook b4, c4. Rook c1, d1. Rook c4, c3. Pawn f2, f4. Bishop a6, c4. King g1, f2. Rook c3, a3. Bishop g2, f1. Pawn a7, a5. King f2, e1. pawn a5, a4. Rook d1, c1. Bishop c4, e6. Rook c1, a1. King g8, f8. Rook d2, b2. Rook a3, c3. Rook b2, d2. Pawn a4, a3. Rook a1, b1. Bishop e6, c4. Rook b1, b4. Rook c3, c1. King e1, f2. Bishop c4 takes pawn a2. Rook b4, a4. Rook c1, c3. Rook d2 takes bishop a2. Rook c3, c2.